What's the most expensive mistake your kid made when you weren't looking? I never thought a 5-year-old could cause $287,000 in damage in under 3 minutes, but my son Jake proved me wrong. It happened during a house showing. We were selling our home and had a potential buyer coming to view it. I'm a single dad, and my babysitter had canceled last minute, so I had to bring Jake with me. Just sit quietly on the couch with your iPad while the nice couple looks around, I told him. He nodded solemnly, already engrossed in his game. The showing was going perfectly. The couple loved the renovated kitchen and the backyard pool. They were seriously interested, discussing where their furniture would go. I was mentally calculating my commission. I'm a realtor, and this was my own home, so I'd be double-ending the deal. That's when I realized Jake was no longer on the couch. The iPad was there, but my son had vanished. A cold wave of panic washed over me. "Jake?" I called, trying to keep my voice casual. No response. I excused myself and quickly checked the bedrooms. Empty. The bathrooms. Empty. The panic was building when I heard a sound from the garage. A strange, continuous spraying noise. I flung open the door to find Jake standing on a step stool, holding the emergency fire extinguisher from the wall mount. He was spraying it in wide, delighted arcs, all over a Ferrari 488 Spider, a $280,000 vehicle belonging to the husband who was touring my house. The car was completely covered in white chemical powder. Seats, dashboard, custom leather interior, everything. Jake had somehow managed to get the convertible top down first, maximizing the damage. He looked up at me with a huge smile. "Daddy, I'm cleaning the car like you clean yours." In his 5-year-old mind, the fire extinguisher was just like the pressure washer he'd seen me use on my Honda. Time seemed to stop as the couple appeared behind me. The husband made a sound I've never heard from a human before, something between a gasp and a sob. "My car," he whispered. "My car." His wife started laughing hysterically, then crying, then laughing again. I stood frozen, unable to form words, watching my commission and probably my career disintegrate along with any hope of selling my house. The Ferrari had been a recent purchase, his midlife crisis car, as his wife later called it. He'd only owned it for 3 weeks. And here's the worst part. He had specifically parked it in my garage rather than the street because he wanted to keep it safe. The irony would be funny if it weren't so financially devastating. Even worse, he'd recently switched insurance company, and there was some issue with his new policy not being properly activated yet. What followed was the most awkward conversation of my life, standing in a garage covered in fire extinguisher powder, trying to explain that my homeowner's insurance wouldn't cover this type of damage, while a grown man alternated between staring in shock at his ruined Ferrari and glaring at my son, who had now realized something was very wrong and was hiding behind my legs. The repair estimate came in at $87,000 due to the specialized nature of the car and the extensive damage to its electrical systems and custom interior. The chemical powder had gotten everywhere, into every vent, under every panel. Parts would need to be special ordered from Italy. The car would be in the shop for months. My savings account had nowhere near that amount. Miraculously, the story has a somewhat happy ending. After the initial shock wore off, the husband turned out to be surprisingly understanding. "I have 3 kids of my own," he told me later that week. "They've never destroyed a Ferrari, but my oldest did put my Rolex in the garbage disposal to see if it was really waterproof." We negotiated a settlement where I paid his insurance deductible and some additional costs, totaling $18,000. Still devastating, but not financial ruin. The real twist? 6 months later, he called me. They wanted to make an offer on my house, which still hadn't sold. "My wife says any house that my car has blessed with holy fire extinguisher powder must be good luck," he joked. Jake is 7 now and still occasionally asks about the man whose car I made all snowy.